Hello and welcome back to P-10C Talk, the show where we talk about CZ P-10Cs, P-10C accessories. I'm your host Jason, and on today's episode, this is part 2 of upgrading an otherwise stock P-10 SC C-frame F-slide to perform as an alternate or backup for my primary competition firearm, this P-10C here. In episode 1, we mirrored the gripability, and I say that rather than grip because you don't really change the grip on a P-10, but we did change the backstrap and the magwell. I'll link that over here for you to check out. In this one, we're putting an extended magazine release on. This extended magazine release was, it's from CZ Custom or HB Industries. It's the same part, okay? It's their extended or EXT mag release. In the Gen 2 guns, these are reversible, Gen 2 Plus, we'll call them, whatever. But I'm a right-handed shooter, so it's going to go in the same way it came out, or the new one's going in the same way the old one came out. Now, this is a fairly straightforward process, right? The magazine release has a spring with a detent that needs to be engaged in order to manipulate the retention pin in and out of the gun, all right? So you can see, hopefully you can see this okay. There's like a small cap on the top, and then there's a longer channel on the bottom. Please excuse the fingers. I've been doing car maintenance as well as gun maintenance. So I usually wear gloves, okay, but I got caught in the radiator. It just happened. All right, anyway, that detent keeps the pin from going in and out. And you can see, I think right here, there you go. You've got a little wear on the pin. Presumably that was me trying to get it out, I guess. Not 100% sure where that wear came from, but in between there is where the detent would retain the pin. So when we go to put this thing back in, we have to put it in, or we have to put the spring and the detent in, place the mag release into the frame, depress that detent so the spring is engaged with a small enough pin that we can get the retention pin down past it. Now it's a 3-hand job, so I'm going to start it here, but I'm going to finish it off camera because there might be some cursing involved if I have to do it on camera. So the first thing we do is we put the spring in the spring hole, then we put the detent in the detent spring hole thing. There are 2 sides to the detent. One is flat, one is curved. I put the flat end on the spring. Like, that would totally surprise me if I'm wrong about that, but that's just what I do. Then I flip the frame over because, like I said, the spring hole side is going on the right side of the gun for me. And then we put it in. You might have to finesse it to get it to go through to the other side. Boom, this is good. Now at this point is where the cussing can begin. Wow, I almost lost it just now. Just trying to move it a little bit. I have to depress the spring that's in that spring hole far enough with a thin enough punch, probably something like, I think this is a 1.4, that might do it. Might have to go down to a 0.9 millimeter, and then place the spring, the retention pin, in the hole in the frame. Let's see if I can show you that without cussing. All right, hopefully you can see that hole right in there. Get that retention pin in there past the detent so that I can seat it all the way, and then that will retain, this pin will retain the magazine release in the frame. The detent will keep the pin from falling out. So the detent retains the pin retains the mag release, right? And if we were to show you that, let's see if I can show you that outside the deal. This is how the pin goes in, like such, and the detent that I don't think I can show you. Maybe that works. Maybe if I did it sort of upside down. That detent in there needs to be activated to get the pin out. So hopefully that's a good illustration. But I'm gonna do that off camera because, like I said, it can be a little harrowing. And then we'll get back to it, all right? Come back for the next phase, which is the trigger. And that's the first one where we should probably begin the process of documenting the trigger pull, both in weight and behavior. All right, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you again soon. Until then, though, stay safe and shoot straight. I'll catch you at the range.